All right. I almost can guarantee that you're sick of losing these rounds where it's like a 5v1 and you just you're sitting on site and you just see the kill feed and just everyone's just dying to one person, all right? I know I'm sick of those rounds too, and I'm hoping everyone in North America finds this video, okay? Because it happens way too fucking much, man. All right, so I got a list of things, a couple tips that's gonna help, and the first one's probably gonna confuse you, okay? So the first tip is to stop aggressing, but also to keep aggressing. That makes sense, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Let me explain it, okay? So a lot of people when they get into a 5v1, they learn the first tip is, bro, stop pushing. Like that's what everyone always says. Goes, bro, stop pushing, bro. Like everyone always says that. But some people take that too far, right? Yes, that works, right? That is what you want to do. If you are by the guy who's on the other team. So let's say we're CT side, okay? And I am Arches. And I know that this guy's in apps. Or I know this guy's mid. I'm not going to push and take this fight. I'm giving him 1v1 that is way too easy. It gives him two. Even though I could win the 1v1, his odds of still winning it are still there. And just don't give him those odds, right? So I'm not going to push. This is where the stop aggressing tip works. But people, motherfuckers on B site will like take that to heart and sit coffins like right here. It's like a 5v1 and they'll just be like, bro, don't, and then their team will start pushing like, what are you doing? Don't push, don't push. Like, bro, just flank the dude. Like, this is where it goes back to the crunch, don't rotate video. Like, this is free map control. The one downside that clutch player doesn't, or the one advantage you have over that clutch player is more eyes and ears of information. So this guy can only see what he sees when he's the last alive. If you get information that he's here, just flank him. He can't cover his back. He can't watch banana and be here at the same time. So his one downside is information. So if you start pushing and squeezing in on him and making his map control less, if he wants to go back and not commit to A, he's got to clear way more angles. And if he's lazy and doesn't clear all these tight gaps right here, he's gonna lose the round. So like, if you get information and you're on the other side of the map, or even if you are on the same side of the map, that you know where the T is, close the distance on him and just start flanking him and make him not able to back up. Right? So let's say you're the arch player again, right? And he's not mid, but he's apps steps, like, or we'll say he's long haul, like, push around, like, come here, and then like I don't know, do some bullshit and push the fucking steps over here, like, make it where he can't have an exit, right? Because that happens a lot too, where there'll be like or there'll be like two guys on B site, right? And then there's like one person on A, and then they hear that the guy's on A. They'll just go and rotate instead of like closing the distance. So like going B isn't an option for the one guy trying to clutch the T, because if you rotate instead of flanking, you give him the option to come back to B, if that makes sense. See what I'm saying? How do I pull up the map? Wish I knew how to pull up the map. Oh, make it so much easier to explain. So, if that makes sense, right? If you're the B players and you're on B site, if you were to flank, you don't give Sam the T trying to clutch. You don't give him the option to go back towards B, because you're there. You're just gonna kill him. But if you rotate and you try and play with your teammates over here, this guy you left it open for him to leave. So close the distance, take as much map control as possible, but don't do that if it ends up with you being in a 1v1 with him. If you know it's free map control, just take it. So move on from that tip. Hopefully that makes sense. Next tip is to play together, right? So you want to adjust your positioning based off of how the round is going. So if you are playing with a teammate, if you happen to be with a teammate on let's say A site, or we'll go B site. We'll go B site. This one's a little bit easier to explain. If you happen to be with a teammate on B site, don't like sit here coffins while he's new box, because you guys aren't playing together. If the T decides to peek you, he can take this 1v1, and your teammate has no way to help you, right? Simple way to adjust this, if your friend wants to stay new box, go CT. Boom. Now you guys have a crossfire. If your friend stays here new box, and you stay here CT, let's say it goes right here, now you have a simple crossfire that if the T wants to clutch up, he's got to fight both you guys. If he sees one of you, he has to fight both of you, if that makes sense, because you have a crossfire. He can't just single out one of you guys and do like pick after pick after pick and clutch the round. He's got to take on two people at once. So now what happens if you're alone and you don't have this teammate to set up with? Oh, yeah, I'll throw this in real quickly. This is also another good spot if you in a man advantage, you boost 1 flower and you have 1 play underneath, bro, untouchable, man. No one will beat you there. All right, but if you're alone though, and you know, you have no option to play with a teammate, your best bet is to like hide. You know, maybe play time. So let's say there's like 20 seconds left. Just fucking hide dark because this guy's not gonna have enough time to clear out the whole site, right? Or you can get into a one and done, right? Let's say he could be banana. Instead of playing a position like this, which is often pre-aimed, it's so easy to pre-aim that because you can look at the roof before you even swing and just line up with the roof. You can pre-aim this so easily. Instead of sitting here, getting like a weird off angle where you're like right here. And this works against clutches because this wouldn't work in a normal round just playing a random off angle because what is the downside of an off angle? You're exposed. If a flash comes in and the guy swings, you have nowhere to run or hide. But since you're playing against 1 or 2 people, chances are they're not going to be using util to clear out map control. Because what happens if they use util? They're giving away information, and if they give away information, then you can go and flank them because you know where both of them are at. Like if you were here and you're holding this off angle, and this motherfucker pop flashes you and you get killed instantly, you know both of them are banana. Information. Now your people on A can go and push alt mid. Now these guys can't go back towards A because they have to worry about this guy alt mid who's sitting in some weird spot like this. See what I'm saying? So if you're playing against smart players, they're probably not going to end up using util to retake map control in a clutch because it just gives away too much information. So these off angles and one and dones work really well against clutches. So use these if you're alone. And if you want to play time, you can play time as well. And if you don't have the opportunity to get into a one and done or to hide, just play for retake, you know? Don't give up. Don't give up the free pick. If you're too scared, it's okay, man. You know, just go hide church. It's okay. It's okay. Just play for retake. So, yeah, just make sure you're not playing a position where you get picked. And I have a little chart. This is the other thing I want to mention too. So, back to this position right here. People will try and justify this by saying, "Oh, but I killed him," or "Oh, but I could still kill him though. I'm just a better aimer." Right? Yes, you can. I agree with you. You can probably kill him. You probably are going to kill him in this position. But we're busting out the MS Paint. We're busting out the charts here. I'll show you why it's stupid. Okay? I'm sick of hearing this. Right? We got the chart here. Okay? Let's say, all right. Well, I had this set up for A site. I forgot I'm on B site. We'll say this is Coffin. Oh man, I can't type. Oh my gosh, that doesn't even look like Coffin. Excuse the calligraphy. All right, we'll say that's Coffin, and we'll say that this is that off angle. That off angle I showed you, right? So this is your win percentage. Make a little percentage sign. Oh my god, I can't draw. Alright, that's a percentage sign if that looks like one, okay? And these are basically, oh my gosh, my computer's so bright. These are basically the positions and their win percentages, right? Let's say you're Coffins. And if you don't have these other ones showing, I wish I could block this out. Let's say you don't have these ones right here showing. How do I fill this? And you're just looking at Coffins. You're thinking, wow, there's a 70% chance I could kill this guy. Yes, there's a 70% chance you can kill this guy. Those are some pretty good odds if they're on their own, okay? Why take the shitty odds, or not shitty, the good, okay odds of 70% of winning that when there's better options? It's all about picking the best option, okay? Yeah, you'll probably win that fight. But why? Why take the 10% less chance of winning it if you're in a one and done, or let's say playing back sight, or a crossfire, which is like a 90% chance. Those 70% odds don't look as good when you have better options. So pick the best option. Just because it can and does work, there's always a better option. And sometimes, actually, there isn't always a better option, but there probably is. Just pick the best one. That makes sense. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully this chart helps to visualize what I was trying to say, because people will look at it like just like this, and they don't look at the other options. It's not just about, oh, it works 70% of times. There's something else you can do that will improve your odds. It's all about picking the best one. So, yeah, let me know what you think of this video, and if you implement this, you'll get to Premiere. All right, I promise. Actually, I don't promise that. All right. Hopefully, you get out of open or something. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think.